Today on the channel, we got one of my all-time favorite monsters that was based on a Blue Oyster Cult song. Yes, fact check it, Todd McFarlane. From the McFarlane Toys Monsterverse line, we got Superman versus Godzilla.
The spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Monsterverse McFarlane Toys unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we step into that Monsterverse with Superman and Godzilla. But for all your Superman Godzilla needs and a whole lot more, hit up jaystoysandgames.com. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal out there, and that's exactly what I did. I was picking up some stuff, saw this in a box, and I said, oh, you got those in? And I said, I will take one. So we'll see where this goes. This is a little bit controversial, this line of the Monsterverse figures so far. Todd, what do you think about this? Oh, he's doing one of these, but he's doing it with his toes, and there's money in between those toes, which is wild. A lot of money with these here because it is an expensive figure, and a lot to be desired on the Godzilla, just like the King Kong I am imagining here. If you're expecting super articulation on this Godzilla, you're probably not going to be getting that here. I guess we'll see what happens when we get out of the package. But we did see the Kong, but to me, in my brain, I said, I got King Kong, I need to get Godzilla, so I got the yin and yang here. Be interested to see how deep this line goes in the future. We'll see. I know there's more to the story that could be made. I guess we'll see where those go. And of course, we're going to do this review like we do all the other reviews on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. And let's check it out with Superman and Godzilla here. Definitely a big, heavy box in here. And Superman, I got to say, I saw this Superman for the first time in person at San Diego Comic-Con this year. And I was kind of blown away how much I liked the Superman figure. So that'll be fun to dive into that one a little bit here. Of course, you get the small Page Punchers edition. You got the mighty Godzilla here. Not quite my Godzilla, but a cool Godzilla nonetheless. Trading card, big window box in case you run into either of these two at a con or something. Monsterverse logo down low, DC Multiverse, of course. Superman vs. Godzilla, DC Justice League Monsterverse on the side over here. And then, of course, on the back, look at that. There's Godzilla and Superman side by side. Quite the team, of course. But let's see if we can get them out of the package here. And there's a lot going on in this package. Let me tell you, big box. Off to the side. See you later. Goodbye. And what do we got going on here? What awaits us? How do I get this separated? Are we locked? Oh, we got tape. I was wondering what it was. I was hoping it wasn't twist ties. Straight up tape. And oh my gosh. Smells just like paint from the factory. It almost smells like automotive paint is what this reminds me of. Wild paint with this one here. But we're going to get these guys out of the package. We're going to find out once and for all what all the Monsterverse fuss is all about. And I don't believe, unless I missed it, I didn't see any more announcements for the Monsterverse. I didn't see any figures shown, anything like that. And I was at the McFarlane event there where they showed off, obviously, a lot of this kind of stuff. I did see this Superman on display, though, and I like this Superman a whole lot. Could be a sleeper Superman for some. Obviously, not a lot of people are going to pick up this Superman just with it being part of this expensive package. They're like, you know, I want the Superman. I just don't want the Godzilla. I understand that as well. And of course, twist ties. Get these off of my table. What are we doing here? What are we doing with all these twist ties? All over the place. And even worse than my table is on the floor in the carpet, of course, for the old carpet monster. See you later. Goodbye. All right, let's get down to business here. Now we got Godzilla, and oh my gosh. Seeing a pattern here, Todd McFarlane. Godzilla locked in as well. You can't hold Godzilla down. He can't be locked down. We know how he is. Oh my goodness, this is a big boy here. Oh, once again, locked down in the tail, but the tail's got some rubberness to it there, so that'll be interesting to dive into. Of course, DC McFarlane stand, guess what? Seen it before. We're going to see that again. We know how that goes by now. We do got the card here. Got to carefully get this card out. I need it to grade a 10. Of course, my retirement is depending on that. I don't know. How am I going to get this out? I don't like this card. I think we have the same trouble with the other one. It's hard to get out without bending it up a little bit. And then once again, twist ties all over the place. All over the place. Starting a pile. Start that twist tie pile is what we got to do. And of course, we're running that fabulous competition at the end of the year. Who can guess how much the twist ties weigh for the year? See you later. Goodbye. All right, everything's out of the package now. Let's start it off with the card. Superman versus Godzilla. And we got War and Peace here, which isn't always a bad thing. The cataclysmic crossover event of the year is here as the DC Universe clashes with legendary Monsterverse and Justice League vs. Godzilla vs. Kong. Clark Kent is enjoying a night off with a very important dinner planned with his girlfriend Lois Lane when the entire city shudders under the weight of the monstrous Godzilla who emerges from the bay. What started as a routine clash between the Justice League and the Legion of Doom takes a dangerous turn when the wall between worlds is breached with Godzilla, Kong, and the Monsterverse emerging on DC's Earth. So yeah, the Justice League just trying to go out to dinner, I think. I think they were trying to go out to dinner too with the Legion of Doom. Of course, Hawk and Animal, and I believe you told me Paul Ellering was there as well. Shout out to the Justice League, of course, the real ones out there. And I guess, where do we start? Godzilla? We'll start with Godzilla. We'll start with this tail here, of course. You plug that right in there. You just ram that right up there on him and you're ready to go. Oh, there we go. Went in there pretty easy. I thought it might fight me a little bit, but man, oh man, that is a long guy with a long tail is what that is there. A lot going on with this Godzilla. A shelf killer. Definition of a shelf killer. Now, you do get articulation on that tail, which is nice. Oh, there's some bend to it. I don't know if it's traditional bendy wire. Oh, it is. You got the little holes there. That's how you know it's traditional bendy wire when you see those little holes there. So you do get a little curl on that tail if you want to, of course. The curl for the girls, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. But it does help you set it on your shelf. Gives you a little bit more room if you don't have it all the way out. But it is a big, nice tail. You got articulation on it and rubber. And of course, the spikes on here, very rubbery on the tail. A little harder on the top up here. So that's interesting to make note of. That's a weapon there. If you want to swing this around, you got a burglar in. Bam! Right in the face with Godzilla. Puts it down every time. So that is an option there if you want to. Diving into Godzilla's head, one thing I don't like about this era of Godzilla, I'm going to call it an era of Godzilla, is this little head he has. Now, he just got articulation on the head, back and forth, no up and down there. You do got jaw articulation, so a little movement there. That's always nice to see. But it's such a small head compared to the rest of the body. I want just a little bit bigger head. Everybody wants a bigger head, don't they? Maybe I do. But you got white teeth, you got the pink tongue looking good, you got those red fiery eyes. Godzilla is seemingly never happy. You can never please the guy, as we know. You got spikes, bumps throughout on the body here. No arm articulation. Oh, there it is. It's just really tight. So you do get arm articulation. No hand articulation on this one. So back and forth, up and down on there. Same thing on the legs. You get some back and forth, but no side to side, anything like that. So pretty minimalistic when it does come to the articulation right here. Made in China 2025. But it is a good representation of this version of Godzilla. It's just not the key version of Godzilla. I guess when I think of Godzilla, I think more of what I got on my shirt. And I guess just depends where you came into Godzilla, of course. But it is good for what it is. It is cool for what it is. And I guess I do have the Kong right here. Pull the Kong out. Whipping my Kong out. So you can see Kong and Godzilla ready to square off here. You can see that size difference. I don't know. How's that work for you? Is that the right size? I think Kong might be a little bit smaller. Godzilla maybe a little bit bigger. I guess it comes down to personal opinion here. But two iconic monsters from my childhood. Reading books in my elementary school library of the old movies from back in the day. Always loved Godzilla and King Kong. And of course, reruns of the old movies. Obviously, Godzilla had way more movies than King Kong has had. And King Kong has had some reboots over the years. But Godzilla running pretty strong over there in Japan as well, you know. But not bad. Not bad for what it is. Not going to be for everybody, though, the price point and the lack of articulation and stuff. But not bad if you just want a representation on your shelf. And if you're not playing it with them like I am not, maybe not a bad piece of business. But there's old Kong next to him one last time. But now we're going to dive into Superman. And we're going to start with the Page Puncher Superman. You kind of know what you're getting yourself into with one of these. Articulation at the arm, a little articulation at the head. Legs go up, legs go down. Just a little pocket figure is what this one is here. And I guess you have him flying through the air against Godzilla. This kind of works out here. Makes it feel real life-like size. I don't mind that at all. It is what it is. But it does look like Superman. I got no issues with this figure. It pays the bills for what it's supposed to be. These are perfect. Page Puncher, that whole line is perfect. If you're on a road trip with your family, you're stuck in the back seat, you want something to do, you can't bring all your figures, you bring these little Page Punchers and you have yourself a ball in that back seat, making the time go by. but I guess this is scaled appropriately for this Godzilla. But now we're going to dive into the regular version of Superman. You got 2 open, splayed out, flying through the air hands, 2 fists of fury down here. Very cool to get this Superman. And like I said, I really liked this version of Superman when I saw it at San Diego Comic-Con. Screaming, yelling head on here. I don't think I would tell you, I could tell you that this is Superman right off the bat if somebody handed me this. But with the whole outfit and everything, it does end up working there. Screaming, yelling mouth, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, playing those human hits right there. Got that little twirl in the hair like Superman always has, black hair as well. Soft goods cape, you know me, I'm here for those soft goods capes. You got that beautiful wire inside looking good. Put it however you want to do it with Superman looking very nice there. And then of course, Superman logo on the back of the cape. Always do appreciate that. Always do like that. In my brain, it's always on there. I know some figures we get it, some we don't. We do get it in this one here. He's got his red underwear on. He's got his blue suit there. Superman emblem right there on the chest. Red on the boots. Looking very nice. 2 fists of fury, as I did mention earlier. This is a nice Superman. Obviously a little bit big for this, but I guess it's your fig fed. It's your playing days. You can have these guys together. You can have them square off at this side if you want to. Definitely going to display these 2 together, in my opinion. Maybe this Superman would be good in his hands. I mean, you could put this inside of Godzilla, maybe. Maybe that's the way to display him. Whatever you want to do there, of course. But this Superman, his arms, got butterfly shoulders looking good there. Bicep cut. Arms all the way around. Double jointed, pinned elbows for those keeping track at home. Hands back and forth, side to side, up and down. Head back and forth, side to side, up and down. Of course, ab crunch or dumbbell up there at the top, plus traditional waist. Big old Superman splits if you need them. Leg goes up for that big boot. Double jointed pin knees, extremely tight knees on this one. Ankles up, down, back, forth, side to side. And then you got that toe articulation if need be. But not a bad angry Superman. I like that he's showing some emotion here. I mean, he was just trying to take a day off. I can understand that. You try to put that PTO in. You're trying to get a day off. You're trying to rejuvenate a little bit. And then all of a sudden, Godzilla sweeps across the nation and wants to destroy Metropolis. And then you're off to the races. Your day off is ruined. We've all been there. We've all been there for sure. But I do like this Superman a whole lot. Not a bad piece of business. This won me over at San Diego Comic-Con. Still winning me over right here. I like this one. Godzilla, I don't know. It's not going to be for everybody, that's for sure. But I do like that I have King Kong and now Godzilla. And I don't think I'm going to be displaying these with my DC figures. I think I'm going to display these with my Universal Monster figures. So that's also something there. And I could see somebody buying this for the Superman, selling the Godzilla, and vice versa. So that's a possibility as well. But there it is, Monsterverse, Superman versus Godzilla. What's your guys' thoughts? This one worth a pickup for you? Pass, long game, no game, not so sure game? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, you made it this far. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, turn on the old notification bell as we got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com is my email. And of course, The Kyle Peterson Show, my new podcast each and every Tuesday, wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. Give it a listen, give it a watch. Give it a thumbs up. How about that? So for Godzilla and Superman, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we going to dance or are we going to play?